Once I got a student to talk about the lock he changed on his garage door for a quarter of an hour, just to see if I could. "And what's your favourite drink?" I ask. Petra considers. "Tap water." "Complete sentences," I repeat with a strained smile. "My favourite drink is tap water," Petra says. I continue to smile at her because I genuinely have no idea what to say to someone whose favourite drink is tap water. For the final 15 minutes, we do a cookery-themed crossword. When the bell rings, I let out a little pretend sigh and turn down the corners of my mouth to show how sad I am that we have to finish. We shake hands, of course, and Petra disappears off home, probably to a dinner consisting of schnitzel and sausages, washed down with a glass of tap water. Everyone crams into the tiny staff room so as to avoid any contact with the students during the 5-minute break. On the walls there are Berlitz posters with multicultural faces and sentences followed by exclamation marks. The 3 bookshelves are full of Berlitz's in-house magazine, Passport, and some Spanish, French, and Russian textbooks that appear to be completely untouched. The English books, on the other hand, are so battered that most of them are missing their spines or are held together with tape. None of the Berlitz staff are real teachers. Mike's an out-of-work actor. Jason's finishing his PhD on Schoenberg. Claire used to work in marketing. Randall's a graphic designer. Sarah's a civil engineer. Rebecca's a violin maker. Karen has a degree in media and communication. And I still dream of one day becoming an author. The only one who's a trained teacher is Ken, so he's hated almost as much as Dagmar, the administrator at our Berlitz branch on Maria Hilferstrasse. Ken stalks into the staff room. "Ooh, busy," he says cheerfully, trying to squeeze his way through to the photocopier, holding open a grammar book. Everyone ignores him. At the window, Mike and Claire huddle together, trying to smoke through a gap of about a centimetre. "Now I have 4 lessons in a row with the same group," Claire sighs, stuffing her lighter back into her cigarette packet. "I won't be done until 8. "Just a little longer, and you'll never have to do this again," Randall says. Claire will be going back to London soon to do a master's. "I'm about to have my 12th lesson," I say, and an impressed murmur goes round the room. There are only 3 topics of conversation in the staff room: how many lessons we have to teach that day, how annoying our students are, and how much we hate Dagmar. "I just had an AMS group," counters Mike. Everyone sighs in sympathy. AMS is the Austrian Employment Office. A few years ago, Berlitz won a state contract to provide English lessons to every unemployed person who applied for them. There are few things more depressing than teaching an AMS group. The last student of the day is new. She's already in the room when I come in, standing looking out of the dirty window. To my relief, I see that her English has been classified as level 5, that is, a high level of competence. The higher the student's level, the less effort I have to make. "Hi, my name is Julia," I say, offering my hand. The thin woman puts out her own hand, which is surprisingly warm. Within a quarter of an hour, I've learnt that she's called Vera, is originally from Graz, that she works as a PR consultant for the Austrian People's Party and is a single mother with an 8-year-old daughter. Unfortunately, she then starts asking me questions. "Where are you from?" "Sweden," I answer without thinking. A crease immediately appears between Vera's eyebrows, and I realise my mistake. Even though my English is both accent and error-free, no one wants to hear that I'm not from an English-speaking country. Even Dagmar discreetly asked me not to mention it to the students. Rebecca once told me about the time she was moonlighting as a waitress at a barbecue restaurant in Cairns. Even though she always remembered everyone's orders, she had to pretend to write them down in her notepad because she noticed that the customers got nervous.